Yo, are you into the law of attraction and you're interested in ways to make it work even better? Well, check out this video and I'll show you exactly how to do that.
For the rugged. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all.
Thank you for taking the time to check out to this channel. My name is Miguel and I'm coming at you live from my balcony in New York, Brooklyn. It is cold, so I got layers upon layers on, but the view out here is nice. The overcast made the picture look a little cool, so figured I might as well just go outside and shoot a video out here. What I'm going to be talking about on this video is a particular form of law of attraction that not a lot of people know about. In fact, it's such a small amount of people that the size of the subreddit about this particular topic is only about 243 people. Hopefully with this video that starts to grow a little bit. But yeah, not a lot of people are talking about it. I think Aaron Dowdy and a couple of other YouTubers are talking about it, but it's not that much, and not a lot of people are going in depth with it. So I'm hoping that I can shed more light on this form of law of attraction so more and more people can reap the benefits of it. Now, what am I talking about? I am talking about what's known as reality transurfing. Now, if you look up reality transurfing, you will find a book by a guy named Vadim Zeland. I'm not sure, he's Russian, so I'm probably saying his last name wrong. His name is Vadim, and he wrote a book called he wrote 5 books called Reality Transurfing. If Juan will put them on the screen right now. All these books are about what's known as reality transurfing. So a little backstory about who Vadim Zeland is. He is a quantum physicist from Russia. If you don't know what quantum physics is, think of it in terms of the unexplainable things about our universe and our world as it exists. That is the stuff that he studies, and a lot of those people believe in what's called multiverse theory, where basically our universe is just one universe in a giant cluster of other universes that are exactly identical to us, and that's where parallel realities come from. This is the kind of stuff this guy researches, and this is the kind of stuff this guy studies. And because of this, he realized something going on in the world that is one of those things that is unexplainable, but through tons of research and tons of trial and error on his part, he was able to figure out something called reality transurfing. So the best way to explain reality transurfing is that, like I said, there are multiple realities in existence. Every single choice that you have made, actually, let's do it like this. Let's say you're on a road. You're driving down a road. It's a one-way street. There's nothing in sight. You're on a desert road, and you're just moving down this road. And when you go down that road, you end up coming to a fork in the road. You can either go left or you can go right. Now, the choice in and of itself does not matter. Let's say, for instance, you choose to go left. Boom, you go left. What quantum physics says, what parallel realities mean, is that there is another version of reality that exists in that exact moment where instead of going left, you went right. That is essentially how parallel realities work, is that every single decision you've ever made, there's another version of reality where someone made the exact opposite decision, which means there's versions of you in existence that are the greatest version of you possible, and there's versions of reality where you are at your absolute worst or dead. These are the versions of reality that exist, and you actually have complete control over which reality you get to choose, because you have a choice. This book explains how that works and how you get to choose which reality you would like in your life. Because the way that you're able to choose your reality is that your thoughts, essentially, they move you side to side. So if you were to think of, like, there's you and there's every single version of you, like, staggered alongside of each other, and all of you guys are moving forward as you are thinking. So, like, this is the worst version of yourself, this is the best version of yourself, As you have more negative thoughts, as you have more pessimistic thoughts, you will slowly start to shift realities further and further into the negative until you hit to the inevitable worst, where you're a drug addict and you're broke and you live on the streets, or you're dead. There's also, if you can think in positive ways, where you move further and further to the right, where you're the happiest version of yourself and you have everything you could possibly want. Now, here's the thing. It doesn't even have to be money. You can choose whatever reality that you possibly want, and this is how the universe works based on this book. Now, there's a lot of things in the universe that we cannot explain. There's a lot of stuff that, like, you can try and assume that you just understand the world and you understand the universe as it is, and you know what happens after we die. You can go ahead and assume all of these things, or you can approach this book with an open mind and test a lot of this stuff out. Because, like, for instance, there's sounds that dogs hear that humans cannot hear because our ears aren't capable of picking up that sound. That doesn't mean that sound doesn't exist. It means that we are incapable of perceiving that sound. There are animals on this planet who are capable of seeing colors on the spectrum that humans are not capable of seeing. Think about that. There's shit literally in front of me. There's shit on this camera that this camera is not capable of seeing. Like, think about infrared goggles. Like, there's shit that we literally cannot perceive because of our limited perception of reality. Which means that there's shit that we just can't explain and we just cannot see and we cannot perceive to be real because of our limited perspectives as humans. So, I would suggest that you approach this concept with a very open mind, and you definitely pick up this book. Now, I want to give an example from my life that is one of those things that you can't explain it, other than the fact that you kind of just have to just keep doing the stuff that got you there. So I went to Vegas for the first time when I was 22, earlier in 2018, and I loved it so much that I made a vow to myself that I would move to Vegas at some point and I would live out that life. That's how much I loved it there. So I was like, cool, I'm just gonna save up money. This was after I already dropped out of school and I was making a little bit of money. So I was like, I'll just save up a little bit more. I'll get like a really cheap apartment out there. My plan was to live in a high rise, and I picked a high rise in Vegas that I found online, and I made it my screensaver on my desktop, my laptop, and my phone. So every single time I picked that stuff up, I was looking at it, I was thinking about Vegas, I was plotting my move to Vegas, seeing how much I needed to save up, going about my day. Next thing you know, I kid you not, like I'm not lying, I get a text from someone that I met in Vegas, and he asked me what it would take for me to come to Vegas and help him out with a product launch. I let him know that I was happy to help, but like I just wasn't in a position to be able to move to Vegas yet. His response was, oh, I don't want money to be what stops you from coming over here and helping me out. If you can just book your ticket, when can you be here? And I told him the date. He said, okay. I get to Vegas, he picks me up, I get in the car, we're talking, and then we pull up to the high rise that I had as my screensaver on everything. And I immediately started freaking out because I had no idea this was the place that he was about to have me stay for free. I had no idea that this is the place that he was about to have me stay. And I showed him my screensaver, and he even freaked out about it. Like, how do you explain that? Like, there's literally no, like, I picked a random high rise in Vegas that I wanted to live in, and a couple of weeks later, someone puts me in a room inside of that high rise for free, and I lived in Vegas for free for 4 months. This is one of those unexplainable things about our universe, which, like, it can't be explained, but you can learn how to do it, and this book explains a lot of it. I'll leave it at that. Otherwise, I'll be sitting here talking for way too long about this book because it goes very in depth. It's a 700-page book. It took me about a month to finish it. It's taken a lot of my friends even longer because they read much slower. I would definitely suggest taking your time with this book and soaking everything in and going back over this book over and over and over again. It is riddled with good information, and it can have a drastically positive impact on your life. And I will definitely make more videos about this book in the future, going more in depth on the things that are in it. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoyed the information that you got, I ask that you subscribe, leave a comment if you have any other questions, and like the video if you got value. Thanks again for watching, and peace.